Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to iRacing and the IndyCar Fixed series, where we're on a good run at the moment. We're looking to repeat it round the Kansas Speedway. I've forgotten, this race actually used to host IndyCars back in the thousands until it went away in 2010. One of a number of ovals which has been a casualty of American open wheel racing in the last decade, really, since the merger. So it's a track that hasn't seen these IR-18s race around it, but from the likes of practice, we have done around 15 laps of it. It looks like it's once again just flat out slipstream, hog the bottom. You might be able to get a pass on the outside. We might not be able to repeat what we did last time. As you can see, we had a fantastic qualifying where it could be very important in this race. As we start third, and there was some good guys as well. I recognise some names. We've got 14 drivers who qualified out of 23.
26 Celsius. The air temp is 25 Celsius.
As we have got a new friend. We've got a new spotter. I got crew chief going. I do also have the default spotter going as well, because I haven't really tested it, so I'm not sure if I can get rid of that as well, but so we have a couple of spotters to help us. So it'd be very interesting to see how this race goes and if they kind of talk over each other, but we'll see. Because I think crew chief is going to be kind of my chief voice, and then I've got the iRacing spotter to be my spotter voice, I think. But we'll probably change it after this race. This might be the last race right here. You've got an Aussie accent spotter has. We've got 75 laps here. Once again, fuel's probably going to be around 50 laps. Flat out. But we'll see if we're going to get lots of cautions. As I said, I don't think overtaking is going to be a big thing here, unfortunately. At least from the impressions of practice. We'll see. Let's get ready to rumble. Not the best start at all. But we hold on to third, I think. We go through the first corner. And now hog the right line, everyone. Hog it for dear life. As they go too wide in front. As well, what the hell's the leader doing there? You can't really go below the right line in the race, I don't think. You could definitely try and qualify. Might be frowned upon.
Outside. Hold your line.
Okay, maybe I've got to disable the spotter. So I'll be going 3 wide. I don't like it.
Still there. Clear high.
So we're up to second. So we've got spotter and crew chief on, so I definitely got to disable the spotter for the next race.
P2, the leader has just done a 25.3. The lap time was 25.2. The guy behind has just done a 25.3.
As I said, we're just going to sit behind the leader. We don't mind going our outside.
Clear high.
But as I said, I think the inside line, if you just hog the right line, that's the way to go. Especially if you're going to go below the white line as well.
He's still there. Clear outside. The leader has just
They stay in our lane.
You fastest lap for Joyce, 24.7. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
So we've got a long race here, 75 laps of just sitting here. Well, not all 75 laps, but a good majority of them. It seems like they're settling in behind as well.
That's the new fastest lap for Joyce, 24.7.
And there goes the first caution.
Alright, Kev, your refuel window will open on lap 25. It'll end on lap 50.
To be honest, I thought we'd go green most of the way, but 5 laps to the first caution. Maybe someone's try manoeuvres or doing what, as you've seen in front of the leader's been doing. Going below the white line and maybe rejoined into someone. We'll have to check that on the replay. As I think we're in the bottom of 3 splits, I want to say. Now, number 15 car could be in the second split as well. But no reason to pit at the moment. As you heard from crew chief, got a long way to go as the leader's trying to become the pace car. A tactic that won't really work, but we'll just sit here and wait till it goes green. So we go then, getting ready to go green. So now I've actually turned the iRacing spot all the way down, so we'll probably still see the messages on screen, but won't really hear them. So now it is crew chief that has taken over.
P2.
Forever. As we start in P2. It's actually one of the fast guys who got taken out, so you can see number 2 car. So there's perhaps one of our rivals gone from this race. Let's get a nice clear visor. And go green. Not the best restart.
That was 120.1.
Good jump from the leader going immediately. Because as you saw at the start, he went when the lights went, so good switching it up from him. So here comes third to the outside. Or not, having the back off.
Car inside. Still there.
Let's see what this is like then.
Still there. Inside's clear. Car low. He's still there. Hold your line. Hold your line.
So holding our line, goddammit.
Hold your line.
So yeah, doing the outside just doesn't work, really. As that slot back into third then. So I'll try and it behind, it looks like.
Your last lap time was that car outside.
So I went a bit high there, I had to lift majorly, getting too close to third.
Still there, clear high.
And so we dropped down another place. Oh, he's still going high. Where have we got? Cole Larson in front. Oh no.
P4, car high.
As yeah, he is choosing to go high. Interesting tactics.
Still there, clear outside, car high. Still there, clear high, got car outside.
So is he actually holding the place in for a whole lap on the outside? We'll see when he crossed the line. Not quite.
Clear high.
That was interesting, and he could actually hold position quite a lot. There's no gap there, fourth.
Outside. Hold your line. Hold your line.
So once again, just hold our line.
Clear high.
As a nervy part is from having just to hold your lane. As it goes caution again. After another like 5 laps. Not sure it's worth pitting still, it's still a bit early, isn't it? So we are about to go green again then, as we're up to second because the guy in second actually pitted, which is a bit surprising. But again, if there's another caution, we have to pit, they don't. I just think they can stretch it to the end. Let's see if they can. Let's see how long we last greening. Hopefully more than 5 laps finally. So leader's right on that pace car. And you see we're right up against the rule as well. Oh, he's switching up tactics, is he? Kind of halfway between the pace car going off and green. So he gets another half-second jump start on us. No, what is he doing in front?
Car high. Still there. Still there.
He's giving us the lead.
Clear outside.
Did not expect to see that from the leader. Now we just hog the white line. That's the name of the game. Let's go back up to second. See next to the outside, just can't get it to work. Does he lead across the line? Not quite.
Clear outside.
There's all eyes are fixed on this bottom lane.
Just done at 25.2.
And his nicking to the outside is around third to have a look at them. So hopefully they can battle them. We can just keep it flat at the bottom. This reminds you of street stops at Charlotte.
Heads up.
Back in my rookie days.
That was at 25.1.
Just keeping it nailed to the bottom. Having a good battle behind. Had a guy in second thinking, God damn it.
Car outside.
I'm gonna have to lift and do all this shifting and stuff. Or I can just keep it nailed to the bottom, flat out. You can see it's quite a gaggle behind.
Car outside. Clear outside.
They're just itching for us to run in issues, but
Car high.
I think we survived 5 laps.
Still there. Clear high. You've just done at 25.1.
And barely looking back, I'm just looking at the road in front.
Car outside. He's still there. Clear outside.
Trying to make sure I'm under that white line, so as they hit each other behind, second and third. Let's give us some breathing room for a lap. Now we get nervous again. It's good for my laps led column for this season. I say I've only led like 20 laps. Now it's going to be double that, maybe.
Keep it up.
Say it's crew chief. See, this is why you swap the crew chief. See, he doesn't argue at you. Doesn't moan about you. What a spotter can sometimes. See, he's in your corner. He's supportive. I know you can turn on sweary crew chief, who will be a bit more aggressive with you. So there goes the caution. So just keep it going for the next corner. So we don't suddenly have everyone, you know, just kind of breaking into each other. What are you doing, second? Pace car's coming out. We have to slow for the pace car. And there is the pace car. So there are like 19 or 20 drivers on the lead. Now it looks like that's changed a bit. And now I think we do actually do our pit stop for the race. And actually make it to the finish. Let's just make sure we've got everything ticked. No, let's not get rid of the relative. There we go.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
Now we've got to try and find our pit crew. I always miss them. Or spot them at the last moment. Hopefully I won't do it here. So they out right at the end. There they are. Come on, get going, boys. I was a bit too cautious going in. I'll probably be jumped now.
He takes it, it's clear.
No, we just held on, did we? No! Got to let the free car by. I did it on the back straight. As I don't know why you accelerate, mate. There's quite a few cars in front. So we go. God damn it. I was a bit too cautious going into pit lane there. Let's see if we can take it back on the restart. As we're about to get going. Back in second. We do have a leader who just pitted. So everyone's now on the same strategy, making it to the end. Just over half the race to go. And we just got to wait for another mistake from the leader, maybe, to make a move. Otherwise, we're just going to be trying to hog that white line and hold on to second. Well, you never know, we might get a good restart for once. That wasn't too bad. As he got the gap behind, a bit like the leader does.
120.4.
Thanks, crew chief, that was very helpful. There's A, he survives 1 and 2. Now the hunt is on. We might have room to actually have a go. Actually, no, it looks like they're slipstreaming now. God damn it. I thought I might have a lap to have a little look at the leader. But it doesn't look like it.
That lap was at 26.9.
Looks like we're just going to be sitting here now.
It's a car leaving the pit lane. The lap time was at 25.2.
It's got to look like that guy from the pit there was just heading sharp right there, going to lose it. Get on the power. Don't worry, just got another 40 laps of this. Can't believe it, screwed up. If it makes it 1 each, I guess, from the leader and me, so. So they're trying to battle behind for third. A guy at that 17 car still trying to go on the outside everywhere. It's a brave fellow. Unfortunately, he's brave, he's not going to get rewarded round here. Because we've had almost every track like this where you can be flat out and clean air. Where if you're on the slipstream, you have to lift slightly, and slipstream is always strong. There's always similar conditions this season. I think that's on purpose as well, because they've struggled to get the conditions right, unfortunately, in the Fixed series. But at least around areas such as, was it Kentucky last time, or Michigan last race, or even at Indy early in the season, we've had multiple lanes. We've had ways of passing. Like even at Indy, you could get that draft down the front stretch and just breeze by someone on the outside. Okay, if you're brave enough, do it in the corners. Unfortunately, round here, as I said, it's street stock racing. That's all, they're trying to make it 3 wide behind. It's not going to work. The leader is clipping that white line quite a lot, though. That's given us some false hope.
You've just done 25.1.
I was saying I'm carrying too much speed through the corners. I have to lift on the straights quite a lot. Maybe it's a way of slingshotting by, I'm not sure. We definitely want to try that at the finish, but at the moment, as you can see, we've got close company behind.
That was at 25.2. Good consistency, keep you coming.
Yeah, no shit, is good consistency. I'm doing the same thing every lap. So there goes the caution. So we are about to go green again then, hopefully for the final time. As we've got 30 laps to go. God, I think this is the first time I've ever raced around Kansas in the IndyCars. Probably be the last. Unless we get some good weather, get a good balance going on between tyre wear and pace. just don't have it round here. It's all about pace. There's always been about pace this season, really. To get a decent restart. Guys behind, I don't know why they left like a half-second gap. Because it's just allowed us to get away a bit. And then it's a second gap behind third as well. That's very strange. But it does give us a chance to practice a run maybe for the final lap. Let's see if we lead across the line.
He's still there. Hold your line. Clear inside. Your lap time was 26.9.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Okay. That's, what the hell are you doing, mate? So there's 3 of us now, and then everyone else. I'm not sure if the number 17 car was asleep, but at least it's less scary now.
That lap was at 25.3.
As you may notice, I've been doing this quite a lot this way. It's just purposely running like a lane and a half, so it prevents them getting that run on the outside. It gives me a bit more freedom behind the leader who's just hogging the white line. Like I could maybe look at other lines.
Car outside.
It's all
Still there.
just drifted up.
Still there. Clear high. That was at 25.1.
Lifted a bit late though. Needs to lift into the, going into the corners mainly. And then there's a slight lift on the straights as well.
Time was that car high. Clear high.
That's an interesting lap time I had there.
Car outside. Hold your line. Clear high. This is going to be us for the next 28 laps. Not 28, 24 laps. Then on the final lap we try that move. Well, hopefully we do actually have the space to do that. What the hell happened in front? Did they either try and lose it? As you made it to 2/3 distance. I do quite like the setting round here, like with the lights on, it's pretty cool. Looking round. Car high.
And I'll get the time to do that, under caution.
Clear outside. You've just done it outside.
I've just done an outside. Not interesting that time.
He's still there. Still there. Clear high.
The guy on the lead's now getting a bit cheeky. He's no longer just hogging the inside line, he's now doing the lane and a half thing.
Car high. He's still there. Hold your line. Clear outside.
That's allowing third to get a run on us now. Look at that. He's even in the second lane. Now he can just drop down in the corners and we can do nothing about it. Not that we want to, we're also kind of saving fuel as well. But then I don't think fuel will be an issue. So that guy in third pitted under the previous caution again. Like one of the early pitters. It is pretty interesting. Because I swear he would have had enough fuel to go to the end. So now he's down like in 10th with the other pack. Well, it's just us 3 in the podium places, battling over this win, trying to do the best strategy maybe. As we've got no tyre wear. As I said, wish we did. That's the only thing we need, tyre wear. Gonna make these races an actual race rather than who can qualify the fastest. That guy's taken a very high line now. Interesting strategy. I mean, I guess he's got the freedom to do that as well. We kind of don't, unfortunately. We're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place.
Because every time through that corner, you have that. I'm not sure if that's a lag spike. So he's pitting in. No, you're not. Well, you definitely are not now. God's sake, I wanted to go green to the end. With just us three at the front. Just gently on the brakes. Because I was locking it up majorly in practice, trying to slow down. It seems like it's fixed itself for the race. So now we can definitely make it to the end. Let's hope the leader does actually pit. Because I reckon we can make it to the end safely. I don't know why they don't think they couldn't. But who knows? Probably just mind games, isn't it? I mean, you've got to pass the time somehow. As you never guess what position we're in on this restart, as we've got just over 10 laps to go. Doesn't like anyone actually fell off the lead lap, so I wonder if that was a lapped car that maybe had some issues. Or if it's enough to bring out the caution, but they could get going again. And just fix the damage under caution. As we've got 14 laps to go then. And now they back it up behind us. Learned the lesson from the previous restart. That's all he goes almost immediately. Try to catch us out. Almost worked. And it's like everyone's coming along for the ride this time. So longer just the top three. It's the top, whatever we've got left remaining now. And now there's still a 6/10 of a second gap between third and fourth. I would have thought that would close by now. Obviously not. Oh, it's closing now though.
Got car high. Still there, clear high.
As you probably see on the left hand side, throttle in the corners is like half mast. As all third's been made to pay.
Last lap was
Looking around the outside.
Fastest lap for Walsh, 24.3.
There's a guy in fifth as well. Not on that restart, but the previous year was down in like 12th or 13th. Now he's in the top 5 on this one. He's right up there in the business end at the right time. And the guy who we fought in Fontana last season, when there was actually a good race,
Car outside.
where we were battling for the podium,
Still there.
because he actually had tyre wear then, and actually had to manage your pace against that. Even though I remember, of course, she came out at the right time for me, so I could attack him and take that third place. Otherwise, he did deserve it over me. He's got 10 laps to go.
That was 25.0.
Once again, looking to the outside, that's going to be a downfall, mate. And I was saying that, the guy behind's kind of boxed in, because we were stuck behind first. So if you're on the inside, actually, it might be a bad position at the moment. Especially on the run to the line on the final of that.
25.0.
Because I think you might want to be on the outside, actually. At least we're going to try and time it right. So the outside is the right place to be. So then they change your position, but I hasn't.
Your lap time was 25.0.
See, there's a bit all over the place, that. Kind of backed out a bit more. It's all clean visor for the last 7 laps. It's going to get messy.
Clear outside.
Drivers might try and push shit. Like what's happening behind, and it's like driver behind got touched. And you can see the leader go below the right line as well. There's no. That's not what we want.
Pretty consistent.
Oh, is it? I guess it doesn't really matter, actually. Everyone on the same strategy as I said from the earlier cautions. They're all in the same boat. As there goes the pace car. Look at the Drift King, who turns 3 and 4. But now we've got a 1 or 2 lap shootout. Or 3. As once again we had a caution where I think it actually affected that 5th place car, unfortunately. As they're now back down to 12th. As we get ready to go green for the final time. If we get the caution out in these next 3 laps, we will end under caution. So we've got a 3-lap sprint to the finish against the number 3 car. The number 17 car we've seen previously in this race try to do the outside line, so we might have to run that lane and a half line for the next 2.5 laps. We get a decent restart. Once again, give him that 4/10 lead. So did the car behind, though.
118.5.
So we have this lap to get all bunched up. Taking 4th lap to get in position. Then the final lap to make our move, hopefully, and time it right. So once again, a bit screwy in front.
2 laps left. We're on for a podium here. That lap time was 26.4.
And once again through the first corner, giving us heart attacks. So we go running that lane and a half line and tucking back in.
Outside. He's still there. Clear high. Okay, Kev. 1 more to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
And now I've got to back off on this back straight and then try and time it out the final corner. So we went a bit high there, going into the corner. No, we didn't get the timing right, God's sake.
Well done. Decent drive.
And we screwed the guy behind as well. Because he tried to get a run on us, but we went high, forced them slightly high. But they did get a podium. We got 2nd as the fireworks come out. Not quite the result we wanted. Once again, that's our 3rd 2nd place finish in 4 races now. 3 weeks on the trot. With 3 very different 2nd place finishes as well. Because of course we had New Hampshire where we didn't have the pace for 1st. Then we had last time out where if we had 1 more lap we maybe could have won. And then we had the occasion before that where I simply just got the strategy wrong, if I remember correctly. Really can't remember now. My memory's really fading, but yeah, that 2nd place didn't really feel earned for that type of racing. That's just dreadful, that race. So I definitely won't be trying this again this week. But hopefully next week will be better. Hopefully it's another super speedway where we have multiple grooves, and at least if we have this type of situation where again the slipstream is very strong, where you can be flat out if you're on clean air, or if you're on a pack you have to lift slightly, and hopefully, and maybe with some tyre wear, you never know, it could happen this season still, and hopefully it'll be a good race. Hopefully it'll be like Michigan where we had the multiple grooves and we somehow figured out that the outside lane was the best to work compared to everyone else. But we'll take the result, we'll take 2nd place, we're marching towards the top 10 again. I don't think we're doing well enough to win, but we've got an outside chance of maybe a top 5, I think, in the championship. We'll continue this streak. I'm just happy getting consistent results for once in the IndyCar Fixed. It's been years since I've been able to say that. I think 2014 was the last time I was able to say that, or 2015 when was the last time I regularly raced in this with a DW12. But I'm loving the IR-18 more. Let's get back into pit lane. I don't know why I did like 3 extra laps there.
Limit in the pits. Engage the limiter.
Crew chief, it's after the race. Calm down, mate. Oh yeah, that was interesting with crew chief. I remember to disable the spotter next time in iRacing, so I don't care about the messages flashing up as well. It keeps it nice and clean, the screen as well. It's something I love. I love a lack of stuff on this screen. If I could, I'd run nothing on the screen, but of course we need the relative in the bottom right. We need to know what gear we're in as well, even though it's on the dash as well. I'll always forget. Looking at the bottom left, and of course we need the flags as well. And we need the virtual mirror so we can actually look behind us. But I hope you enjoyed that race somehow. I'll be back next week with some more IndyCar Fixed and maybe some other series as well. I really have neglected the Ferrari Fixed series, the F3, the Formula Renault 3.5. All these series I plan to participate in. Hasn't really occurred, but hopefully we'll next week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.